Don't forget to try and spot Christmas Latana somewhere in this video for your chance to win 2,500 V-Bucks. Remember, don't use timestamps because you probably won't be counted. What you need to do is describe the area that you see Christmas lit pop up in this video for your chance to be drawn at the end of December. Best of luck, guys. Troops, welcome back to the Latana Army. I'm Litz, and this is Fortnite Save the World. And a lot of people have been asking me, be it in the Discord, in-game, in comments, about how to get more Malachite. They're saying, look, it's really tough to get hold of. And hopefully I'm going to give you 3 methods that are going to help you get tons of Malachite. So if you look here, we've got quite a ton. Now, I've not got all this bagged, in one mission. But you know what? There's going to be 3 methods that mean you're going to be able to get an absolute ton. So stay tuned and let me show you what they are. Okay, now the first method, and you don't have to do the radar tower missions, but radar towers are a great way to actually get Malachite, and all different ores as well. This could be copper, could be silver, could be whatever you do. As long as you're in the right area for your right level, then you'll find that these are usually pretty good. Now, if we just go and finish this tower off here, so if we just go along there, let's just finish that off there. There we go. So if we finish that tower off, then all we do is just actually activate this. Can put the blue glow in if you've got it. I've not actually picked any up for this one just because we're doing a tutorial. But if you put that in there as well, you'll get other boosts. And then you just go down to the bottom of the actual tower and just pick it up. There we go. And if we look in there for that one, we got some silver ore for that one. But you can get Malachite in there as well. So, this one is a tower mission, so you could get towers in there. But that's just the first method and the easiest way. Even if you're not in an actual mission, then you could actually just go to one of the towers, if you've got it in there. So if you're not in a radar tower mission and you're doing, I don't know, say you're doing encampments or say that you're doing a Ride the Lightning, as long as you ask the group and the group are all right with it, just go over and build a tower. If you're doing something whereby the timer can run out and you're waiting at the end, then yeah, it's great to actually go and do the towers afterwards because a lot of the time you're going to get Malachite in there. Now, this isn't the most effective way to do it, but it's still a great way, if you want to get extras and you kind of want a passive income of Malachite, then this works really, really well. Okay, so the next method then would be storm chest. So if you have a look down here, we have got a storm chest. So if we just go and open this up, should be fine because I'm way over level for this area. So this shouldn't be a problem. I'm hoping. But this is a great way to get more ores as well. And as well, make sure that you ask the group if they want to come along. Don't just run in and do the storm chest. Now, we're in a private group here, so it doesn't really matter as much. But make sure that you ask the group and make sure that everyone's ready to do the storm chest. And people who want to do it can go and do it. Usually, I do storm chests after the objective, depending what mission I'm in. Or, if we're building up something, we're going to fetch, we're doing evacuate the shelter, for example, or retrieve the data, then you could probably do that before. But it just depends which one you're actually doing. There we go, just take this dude out. There you go, and everything's down. So you just open it up, and if you look in there, we actually got silver ore, active power cell, quartz, slugs and shells, more silver, coal, rotating gizmos, and we got all sorts in there. But these are definitely worth picking up. If you do these pretty much every time, you're going to get a ton of Malachite from those. So they're the 2 base methods then. So the first one is radar towers, and just look out for ones that have got ore on them at the top. So if you go to another tower, what you'll find is at the top, it'll actually have a reward up there. So if you see there, we can see that reward's metal. But some of these are going to have Malachite on them, or they're going to have different ores on them as well. And don't forget, it doesn't just give the metal, so there's going to be other things that you can get from there when you're doing the tower. So definitely worth picking up. So towers and storm chests are definitely the first 2 ports to call if you're trying to farm Malachite. Okay, so method number 2 then is expeditions. So if you click on command over here, because the menus have changed a little bit, click heroes, and then expedition is just down there at the bottom. So these expeditions. Now, one that I know that does pretty well, if we just go down here, and we look for this one, Fortnite Run. It's on for 8 hours. It's got 36 minutes till it expires, and it's got the little red box on there. The red boxes tend to be better. And if we just click on that one, and we click Prepare Expedition, what we've actually got to do is meet the criteria up here. So it says target squad power is 225. So all I would do there, I need to make the number up here to 225. So if I click sort down at the bottom, so it's got Expedition match on there. And for example, I'm not going to send these ones out, but I could click Carbide to go in there. I could also click, I don't know, let's put him in there as well. And we'll put, I use all these heroes. We'll put Sanguine Dusk in there as well, and then in the 3rd slot, let's just put Dire. So if you look there, we're well over on the power level. The power level we've got is 342, and the target power level we need is 225. So all these numbers have got to add up to over this target power level here and just send them away. Now, how can I be certain that that one's going to give me malachite? Well, I'll show you. I'm not going to send these ones off. If you did want to do that, I'd just click start expedition. But if I just go back here, now if I just flip over to another web page that we've got on here, this is actually the Storm Shield one. I'll link this in the description down below. I use this all the time. So all you would do there is just click on Mission Finder over there. I use this site all the time, so I'm sure you've seen this if you're a regular on the channel. Type in the top there, Mala, and then malachite will come up there at the top. Just don't have to put what area that you're in. I mean, you can if you want. Say if you're in Plankerton and Stonewood, just click those two and put whatever power level you're up to. So we'll say we're on a power level 75, for example, and then click search at the bottom down there. And then what this will do, it'll show you all the missions that are giving malachite as a reward in the mission. So if we look there, we know there's a power level 46. It's hit the road and it gives malachite in there. Now, sometimes in here, you can have like, 3, 4, 5 even, all with malachite. Just work through them. Earlier on when I was looking, just before we made this video, we actually had 4 missions in there that all gave malachite out. So as long as you've got the time, I mean, you have about an hour and a half to do some of these. So you can actually just jump in and get all 4 done, and then you can be stacking up malachite super, super fast. Okay then, so just to give you guys a bit of an overview, the first way to do it is to do radars and storm chests when you're actually in missions. You don't have to go out and do the radar missions. It's actually quite boring if you go out and farm it that way. But if you do it in between missions, while things are going on, especially like if it's encampments and it's for the first couple of encampments, you can actually quickly go off and build a radar tower. You can make sure that you shout out in the mission to ask if people want to do the storm chest. But storm chests are another great way to do it as well. So they're like the first method. So in game, definitely try radar towers, and storm chests are going to get you much more malachite. The second way that we said is expedition, so make sure that you're doing your expeditions and go onto Storm Shield 1 and actually have a look at what rewards each one actually gives out. So I'll put the link in the description down below, but you can actually have a look in there and then go into the expeditions tab and it will show you the rewards down there on which expeditions that you've got and what rewards it's going to give to you. So missions like this one, for example, the finest wares, I can actually see on there that that's going to give me wood, stone, metal, tier 3 parts, twine, powder, silver, malachite, and 2,000 random XP, which is pretty cool. I know I'm going to get malachite from that run just by using this spreadsheet. It's in most of my videos, White Sushi spreadsheet, so I will link this one as well so that you guys can quickly jump onto that. And then the final way is to actually do missions, so just check Storm Shield 1, again, another link that I'll put down below. Check Storm Shield 1, and then you can just type in whatever ore it is you need. Now, it might not be malachite, might be something else that you needed in there as well, but just put it in there and it'll tell you what rewards that you can get from there. It's so easy to use. It's a great website, and as I said, it's one that I use pretty much most days, especially if I'm farming for something. And you know what, rather than going into a mission with an outlander and pickaxing everything to death or using striker AC for 3-4 hours, it's a good way if you want to get specific ores and materials. It's a really good way. I mean, another good way you could argue is to use someone like Pathfinder Jess, and she's got the llamas, but I just tend to find the amount that you get back from that's not really enough to compete with these kind of methods. In order of actual, how effective these are, I would probably say that the missions are probably the most effective because they're more guaranteed, then the expeditions, and then you can do the radar towers and storm chests that way. But if you spend a couple of hours doing all those things, one, you've got a little bit of variety in there, which makes it a little bit more exciting, and then two, you're going to get more as well than what you would by just going into a map and farming. So I hope this has helped, guys. As I always say in these videos, look, I'm not the oracle on farming or on how to do this. I'm just here to help out the new player and make the game more accessible to people, because I know it can be tough at times. So if you've got another way of farming malachite that you think's faster, or you've got your own little, your own little setup that you do, or your own little daily ritual or routine that you do each day, then let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to share that with everyone, and I would love it to let people know that. But guys, if you're not part of the Latana army already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching today, guys.